Okay, well, welcome to another Church Folk in the Cafe Getting Coffee. I am ready for Trunk or Treat this upcoming weekend, and today we have our special guest, Gerson Chavez, making his way from one side of the camera to the other side of the camera. Gerson, thanks for being on today as we get to know you more. You're always up in the booth. Sometimes we see you moving around, but Gerson's been here. How many years you been serving at the church?
About 8 years.
About 8 years.
Yes, 8 years serving, but here probably about 10.
Yeah. So he's become a staple, a rock of our congregation, and even though you don't often see him, you always see his work going on. So we're really glad you're here. So we're gonna do our little lightning round. So your name, your full name?
My full name is Gerson Chavez. Funny story, actually, Garili, my mom came up with the name because back then, before my dad was a pastor, there was another pastor.
Yeah.
And there were some money issues with this pastor, but my mom liked his name so much. And she was like, I'm still gonna call you Garili, even though that name came with a, not such a good story, but that's what she gave me.
Yeah. Well, thankfully you don't live up to that. You don't live up to that reputation.
She liked the name so much.
All right. So what nicknames do you have? Well, one of them you have around here is Gerson.
Yeah, Gerson, G, the G-Man. My mom, for some reason, likes to call me Teto.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it.
That works. All right. Tell me about your family. Were you born here in this country?
Yes,
Where's your family?
My mom is from Honduras. My dad is from El Salvador. But my dad was here when he was 12, when there was a war happening in El Salvador. My grandma was like, well, you're gonna come over here. So my dad got here at a very young age. My mom was probably here at 16 with her sisters. I have 3 sisters. I'm the oldest. I have Kevi, Evelyn, and Marisol, and then I also have a stepbrother.
Okay.
He's in El Salvador.
Okay, great. Do the sisters live around here?
Two of them does. Both of them live in Conroe, and then the other one lives in San Antonio.
Okay, great. And you are newly married.
Yes.
When was that wedding?
April 7th.
Okay. See, we're tricking here. Vanessa put me up to that. No, so just a little over. 6 months is coming up.
6 months, yep.
Yeah, so awesome. Tell us a little bit about Vanessa.
Oh, yeah, it's a funny story.
You like her? She's okay?
Oh, yeah, she's all right. Yeah. She's all right. No, she's amazing.
He's speechless,
pretty much
see?
Anything that I want in a person, I found in her. So
yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's great.
And the staff had a wonderful time at the wedding. It was such a joy to be able to be there. What's your favorite hot drink?
I don't have a hot drink, but if I did, it'd probably be hot chocolate.
Okay, and cold drink?
With Topo Chico.
All right, yeah, you and Jean, my wife, go on those searches for Topo Chico.
I stocked up.
Yeah, I know. Every time you see him, you got to. What's your favorite type of music?
I like pretty much anything. I listen to everything. I don't have anything specific.
70s disco.
Yeah, I mean,
time.
I have seasons. Like sometimes I'd rather listen to jazz. Sometimes I'll listen to more like, salsa, merengue, a little bit of everything. I enjoy all the music.
All right. What's the last movie you saw?
Last movie in the theaters?
Sure.
It was probably the anime. I don't know if people probably heard of it, Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It was good?
Yeah, it was good.
All right. Awesome. I'm sure a lot of our folks will see that. Do you have a TV show you guys watch?
Not necessarily. Funny story is I really don't watch TV.
Okay.
Ever. I think it was one of those times when my mom got a bill of over $500 with DirecTV and she canceled it.
Yeah, no more.
And no more. So I kind of and I'm always just so busy, but we did watch A Stranger's Thing was the last thing me and my wife kind of actually watched from beginning to end.
Sure. You have a favorite book?
A favorite book?
Maybe when you were a kid growing up or anything?
I enjoyed the Choo Choo Train book.
Yeah?
Yeah. I read that a lot to my little niece.
Oh,
yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
What about some hobbies? What do you do to recharge?
Hobbies other than working.
That's not a hobby.
I enjoy playing the piano.
Yeah.
I like to sometimes just to sit, don't think, and it just puts me in a different atmosphere.
Yeah, we catch him every once in a while playing in the chapel.
Sometimes, if I feel like I'm just getting too much in my head, I just stop, go to the chapel, go to the sanctuary, and just
Yeah.
doodle for a little bit, 20 minutes.
Get
me back.
What's the furthest place you've ever traveled?
Thailand.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about
Thailand,
that.
Yep.
'Cause I got to go for a whole 24 hours. 24 hours in Bangkok with the bishop. So that was a fun time. You went with some friends, right?
Yes, I went to two of my friends, old friends, and it's a lot of stories. I'll just leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. Okay, we don't quite have time for that. Favorite type of food?
Favorite type of food? I'm a steak and potato and broccoli type of guy.
Okay, and so what's your favorite steak place?
We usually go a lot to Longhorn.
Oh yeah.
But if I would have to pick favorite steak, it's when I went on a trip in New York a few years ago, and we tried Wagyu steak for the first time.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, the
that was
real
amazing.
deal
That was
too.
amazing. Yes.
Not just
amazing.
like the Wagyu, like with the trademark thing
No.
on there. Anyway, if you could have a meal, maybe a big steak dinner with 3 people, whether they're celebrities or people in your life, living or dead, who would be at the table?
I think the first one for sure would be my grandpa from my dad's side. I never got to meet him. He passed away when my dad was 12. My dad told me so much stories about him, and it would be just great to talk to him.
Yeah.
Kind of get to know him a little bit. Who else would I pick? I would probably pick my brother.
Okay.
Also, I don't have almost no communication with him. Well, stepbrother.
Yeah.
And then for
Who's
third,
in Honduras?
no, he's in. Well, right now I think he's in Mexico.
Okay.
He's been in and out of jail
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. And then a celebrity. Let me think. Let's go with Keanu Reeves.
Okay, great. Perfect.
Whatever.
What a fun conversation. Do you use any social media?
Yes, Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Do you have any apps on your phone you can't live without?
Google Maps. I use it a lot. My notes.
Yeah.
And probably messaging.
Okay. What about, would you sing at a karaoke night?
Yes.
All
I
right.
would.
And if you could have a fast forward, a pause, or a rewind button on your life, which one would you pick?
Ooh. Probably a rewind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff that I think I would probably do better.
Yeah. All right. Wouldn't we all? Right. All right. Well, that's the end of round 1. Salud. Cheers. Okay. Now here comes round 2. Round 2. A little bit more about church stuff. So your dad was a pastor. Tell me about your history in the church.
Yeah, so I grew up in church my entire life. My dad was a minister for 16 or 17 years. Like when he came over, he actually ended up, because he came by himself, so he ended up in church.
Okay.
So he grew up in church. So he was a youth pastor, and then he walked himself up from that.
Wonderful. So when did you come to the Methodist church?
It was about around 10 years ago when the Spanish ministry didn't have a band.
Yeah.
So they were listening to music through like an iPod or something.
Okay.
So I had just started a band, so we came here.
You think you were better than the iPod?
So we started coming in every Sunday. We did it for a full year. We kind of had it here. In this year, you're gonna come and play with us, but then at the same time, you're gonna teach the youth.
Oh,
So
yeah.
by the time we left, we had like 7 or 8 musicians already.
wow.
So that was
That's
that was
awesome.
an amazing goal. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you attend worship, so you're not only, I mean, you're behind the scenes every week, but you also have a way to fill your soul. You have a worship service you attend, right?
Yes. So I go to Grace. I actually play the guitar there every Sunday.
Oh, wonderful.
So yeah,
Wonderful.
it's a lot of fun.
And that's like in the afternoon?
Yes,
Yeah.
afternoon.
Do you have a favorite book of the Bible?
I think Psalms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And do you have a Bible character that you most identify with?
David.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I love his journey. I love how he used music, how he was so passionate about it. And I think I've kind of like when I was younger, I was like that was like everything to me. I was just very, very passionate. As I got a little bit older, it kind of started fading away. But luckily enough, I'm starting to pick it back up
Good.
again. And it's
Good. It's good for your soul, huh? So
exactly.
that's one way in which you connect with God, right?
Yes, sir.
For sure. If you could ask God any question, what would you ask him?
But one question is kind of hard for me to think about.
You'd have quite a few.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
All right. Well, that is the end of round 2. Now we're going to talk a bit about First Methodist Conroe. So again, you've been here a part of this church for 10 years. You've learned a little bit about what it means to be a Methodist. What do you love about being a Methodist?
Oh man, growing as a Pentecostal church, I grew up in a very strict, church, and then coming over here, the people.
Yeah.
I mean, I just felt like they took me in. It's like y'all don't know anything about me. Y'all don't know who I am, where I come from, and they took me in like a family. And hence is why I've been here for so long. It's just
Right.
that the people here are just so loving, so caring, and they just treat you like family.
Absolutely. And what do you love? So it's part of it as well. But what do you love specifically about First Methodist Conroe?
What I love about this church again is I would have to go back with the people. Working in the back end of it, it's like knowing how a lot of our people here at the church volunteer a lot of their time.
Yeah.
And it's like, they do it with such great joy and such happiness. It's like, I think it's so amazing.
Yeah, we got amazing folks
a lot
here.
of people love to give their time and help out in the community.
So what does life better together mean to you?
First Methodist Conroe.
Yeah.
I think everyone here is just such a big family. It's like big but small at the same time. It's like everyone knows each other, knows when somebody needs help, they know how to contact somebody else and be like, hey, you need my help, here's my helping hand. I think it's all about togetherness, being happy as a church, and I think that's what I enjoy a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you have one hope for every person who's a part of this church?
Yes. When they come to this church, my hope is that they feel love. They feel like they found a place where they can rejoice and find a family.
Yeah, because you have.
Yes, just like me.
Praise God for that. Well, it's been great. Another round of church folk in the cafe getting coffee. Gerson, we're so thankful to have you on staff. We love you. We love everything you do. And we will see you next week. God bless.
Bye.